And good morning, everybody. Spin Adventures here live from Plant City, Florida. And today we are traveling back 2,000 years to Dinosaur World. We are going to check this attraction out here today. We are just in between Tampa and Orlando, right almost smack dab in the middle. Lakeland's just about 15 minutes down the road. We'll be going there next, but for right now, we are here to check out some dinosaurs and that are lifelike and just different animals that were here before us. So, let's go ahead and get on this prehistoric spin venture. Alright, so we got our park map. It is, I don't know if it's very flat right now, but there we go. You can see the park map. It is very big campus here. A lot of stuff to see, a lot of stuff to discover. Right now we're looking at the Melodon. And we'll go inside the museum here shortly, but right now, and then of course looking at the T-Rex, very popular dinosaur, a lot of people know of. And then we got, it's not full size, but will soon live up to its name of the Lizard King, venturing away from its mother. Soon grow to be 40 feet long, 20 feet tall. When it is full grown, the head alone will be around 5 feet in length. However, while the T-Rex may be the most famous of the dinosaurs, the Gigantosaurus and the Charodontosaurus are believed to have been a bit larger. If I mispronounce any of those names, I apologize in advance because those are scientific names. And so, anyway, walking through here, of course, this is what the T-Rex will look like when it is fully grown. Right here. There. Look at that. That's quite large. Quite large. But still a lot more to see, and good news is some shade is also in the area, so it'll help without having heat stroke. But here we're coming up on the Brontosaurus. You can see how big they are with their long necks. But the Brontosaurus is, I really wish they had information. I mean, of course you got the playground behind me there. This is the fossil digging schedule at noon. That's the next one. But making our way through. Of course. The Euoplocephalus dinosaur, armored on the upper part of its body from the nose to the tail, with bony plates and rows of horny spikes. Its snout ended in a beak, and its tail had a bony club at the end. It was vulnerable only on its soft underbelly. Like the other armored dinosaurs, it ate plants, walked on four stout legs, fossils have been found in several North American sites. And so, this is the Uopelicius dinosaur. It reminds me a lot of, it looks like a hedgehog, or one of those, it reminds me of one of those Pokemon characters that you see on Pokemon Go. However, it is definitely not that. But, of course, some of the trees, you got some of the so the Uopelicius dinosaur. Now we're crossing over the little stream here with some dinosaur bones there in the rock. Making our way through. Let's go on to the next exhibit. Next dinosaur is the Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus means double-crested lizard. This model created the Jurassic Park version and is frill around its neck, depicting how it's shown in the film. There it is. There is no evidence to support that the Dilophosaurus actually had a frill or spat venom. This depiction is a Hollywood version. The Dilophosaurus was a speedy and slender meat eater that walked on two legs, weighed about 1,000 pounds, 20 feet long. Dinosaur moved in packs. The Dilophosaurus. As we continue on our Jurassic Park quest through the jungle. Always remember, in the unlikely event of a dinosaur attack, please observe the following guidelines. Run. Keep running. Of course, I did forget to mention that when my sisters were here with her 6 kids, and my parents and them came here to Dinosaur World. I couldn't go because I believe I was working that day, because I think they came on a weekday when it wasn't as crowded, and so they got to come because one of my nephews is like obsessed with dinosaurs. He could tell you every dinosaur by name, by the scientific name, and what they ate and how they lived. And he's only 7. He's only 7 years old, and he can tell you all information about each dinosaur that is in this park. It's amazing. Like I said, I really wish he was here with me because he could tell me all the information and I'd just show the camera to him. Anyway, just a little bit of information on my very intelligent nephew. Alright, so onward to our next exhibit and through the woods. You can see we still go through the woods here. Into the forest. This is like real life of what it would look like, except for the fact that we'd probably be being chased by dinosaurs. The good news is it is very unlikely. So we're going to go through and
we're back at the planting store.
Take a look at these giant creatures. I really wish they had names for every single creature that I could see, so that we could these are the Parasaurolophus. 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 This duckbill had a large crest up to 6 feet in length, with air passages that might have been used to make a sound or to improve its sense of smell. The crest might have been different in males and females, might have been brightly colored for courtship. A plant eater that walked on hind legs and is known of fossils found in North America. That is quite large. And over here we have another little dinosaur. Found. But the Dinosaurs Island, whatever name that is. But let's continue on. Over here we have the iguanodon. I remember this one from the ride at Jurassic Park. The iguanodon, this plant-eating dinosaur, walked on its hind legs, which had 3 toes on each foot. 5-fingered hands had unique spike-like thumbs that grew at right angles to the other 4 fingers. Iguanodon remains have been found on every continent except Antarctica. It was the second dinosaur named, and perhaps the first ever found. Remains are often found in large groups, suggesting these animals traveled in herds. Hooray! So, that's the iguanodon. Alright, so we're going to walk around this fun area. Alright, we made it to another dinosaur. We have the Hoyangnosaurus. A primitive stegosaur is one of the most oldest known stegosaurus. This dinosaur resembled Stegosaurus in many ways, but its plate and tail spikes were different. Its skull is deeper and squarer than that of Stegosaurus. This 4-legged plant eater is known for a nearly complete skeleton found in China. So this was found in China after the dinosaurs died. Interesting. The Huyangosaurus. The Gastonia with the dinosaur with its thick legs carrying it low to the ground. Gastonia could not have run very quickly. Like many other plant eaters, however, it has armored plates and spikes for protection. Although the extra weight would have made it move even more slowly, it is among the best known of recent discoveries in Utah, where it was discovered by an amateur fossil hunter. Found in Utah. Interesting. So the Gastonia dinosaur. Ah yes, the Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus means covered lizard or roof lizard. Stegosaurus had bony plates that were embedded in its back. The plates ran along the back tail in 2 rows, and the plates alternated in alignment. The function of these plates is uncertain, and the plates were made of hollow bone, but was filled with the tube-like tunnels. Plates were probably nourished by blood vessels, indicated that it had been used to regulate dinosaur temperature. That may also have been used for protection or courting displays. Stegosaurus is well known for its heavy spiked tail, used for protection. Stegosaurus walked on 4 legs. Its back legs were twice as long as the front legs. Stegosaurus was a herbivore. That means it eats only plants. It may have reared up on its large hind legs to reach vegetation. Its skull was long, pointed, and narrow, toothless beak, head carried close to the ground. There's a stegosaurus. And there, you didn't see it eating the plants there. picture of it. All of it. So, the Stegosaurus. See behind it, really big dinosaur. This is the Stegosaurus. The meat eater was related to the Allosaurus. Fossils have been found with Allosaurus fossils. Known as the Stegosaurus is the only known meat eater with a horn, which apparently was of no use in obtaining food, but might have been used in courtship displays or to distinguish males from females. The powerful hunter walked on two legs with its long, heavy tail and to balance his head.
The Ceratosaurus.
Wyatt!
Five
Come on, babe.
fossils found in North America and in Africa. The Ceratosaurus.
You want to see a big frog?
This is the Lilientosaurus. Liliensternus was the largest. Lilientosaurus was the largest, one of the largest of the early meat eaters, and closely resembled the Dilophosaurus with its long neck and tail. Oh, its short arms and its crest. It usually walked on its hind legs like other meat eaters. Remains of Lilientosaurus have been found in Europe. Ooh. The Lilientosaurus. Saurosuchus. Saurosuchus. The Saurosuchus was the largest Rauisuchian and meat eater. May have resembled a crocodile. It does look like one, but it lived on land. The Saurosuchus walked with its legs positioned farther under the body than do modern lizards, but it did not walk or run as efficiently as dinosaurs did. A skeleton has been found in Argentina of the Saurosuchus dinosaur. Ooh. This prehistoric tetrapod lived back in the early stages of life, feeding on smaller prey such as fish and other amphibians. Crested, generous, short and minuscule legs and feet were able to maneuver in water with ease. Crested generous was able to walk on land because of its disproportionately tiny legs and large skull. Holy cow. So many long words. Alright, the Dimetrodon is technically not a dinosaur because it walked with its legs out to the side, like an alligator. Dimetrodon had a fin 2 to 3 feet high along its back, perhaps to regulate its body temperature, or for use in courtship displays. Fossils of this meat eater have been found in western North America. The Dimetrodon. Alright. I'm just going to walk by just to show you guys how big these brontosauruses are and were. How big. That is, I mean, look at my side. Look at me. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see the mammoths. Those are huge. Those were huge animals. And they're not. Look how big. Look how small I am compared to the Brontosaurus. All the way up. All the way up. Very large animal. And of course, these are just babies. These are babies. Baby Brontosaurus. The Ultrasaurus. Name applied to the fossils of the largest known dinosaurs. Although some scientists suspect that this dinosaur may have been large Brontosaurus, or that the fossils may be a combination of fossils from two different dinosaurs. The dinosaurs is a family of plant eaters, which it belongs to had long tails, long necks, and very heavy bodies. 5 toes on each foot. Most scientists think that these animals have very little intelligence compared to other dinosaurs. So maybe not the smartest of the dinosaurs, but still very similar to the Brachiosaurus. So we made it to the Allosaurus. There he is. One of the largest North American meat eaters. The Allosaurus walked on its hind legs with its tail stretched out behind for balance. There's the tail. The powerful muscles and heavy bones of its legs made it possible for Allosaurus to move very fast on each of its short arms. It had hands with 3 fingers, each with a sharp claw. Remains of Allosaurus have been found in North America and Australia. Some fossils from Africa and Asia are thought to be those of Allosaurus. It is one of the most widespread of the meat eaters. The Allosaurus. Ooh. Of course, as we turn my back, we have more of the Brachiosaurus. Very tall, into the sun. I cannot look for long because I'll go blind. Very long neck, very stout body is the Brachiosaurus. Alright, so we're at the Cosmosaurus now. Cosmosaurus, this dinosaur had a small horn on its nose, 2 fairly long horns on its brow, and an unusually long frill or shield that stretched over the neck and shoulders. Very large holes through the bone lightened the weight of the frill, which otherwise would have been so heavy that Cosmosaurus could not have lifted its head. Like the other horned dinosaurs, the Cosmosaurus walked on 4 legs, 8 plants, with its horny beak. Many fossils of the Cosmosaurus have been discovered together in Canada, leading scientists to assume that it traveled in herds. Wow, Cosmosaurus. And a whole family, which, like I said, travels in herds. The Avimimus. This little late Cretaceous walked on its slim hind legs and was found in Mongolia in 1981. Related to the oviraptor and other bird-like dinosaurs, it had large eyes and large brain. Some scientists believe that this animal should be classified as a bird instead of a dinosaur. Some type of dinosaur reminds me like Avatar. Like in Avatar World, an Animal Kingdom at Disney. That's what those birds look like. Moving on. The Ornitholestes, a lightly built bird-like dinosaur. Ornitholestes was a small, agile meat eater with a long tail, well-developed 3-clawed hands. Because of its robust jaws, might have been able to tackle large prey. It is known from incomplete skeletal material found in Wyoming. Ornitholestes was the first theropod dinosaur discovered in the 1900s. There it is.
Yeah, we'll keep the fish over here, okay? Let's go this way.
Alright, so the Dromaeosaurus. The Dromaeosaurus Triodon. Both of these dinosaurs are Cretaceous meat eaters. The Dromaeosaurus was equipped to kill its prey with a large claw on its hind feet, similar to that of a Deinonychus, although smaller. The Troodon, known over a century by just a single tooth, is shown here on the nest. Both of these dinosaurs, right over there, both of these dinosaurs had room in their skulls for unusually large brains. So there's the Troodon. And there's the Dromaeosaurus over there. Right. Alright, at the Dryptosaurus now, you can see it's getting some dinner. This meat eater walked on hind legs armed with large claws, originally discovered in 1866. It was important that the dinosaur wars, among early American paleontologists, since the fossils found at various North American sites have been isolated individuals, scientists believe that the Dryptosaurus lived and hunted alone. The Dryptosaurus. The Pachycephalosaurus is up next on our journey through Jurassic Park. This is the largest of the dinosaurs, which some people guess may have butted heads, although scientists have never found any evidence that they did. The Pachycephalosaurus, like other dome-headed dinosaurs, was a plant eater that walked on its hind legs, one of the last of the dinosaurs to go extinct. Its fossils may have been found at sites in North America. The Pachycephalosaurus. Right. This is the Silvosaurus. This mid-Cretaceous ankylosaur had a flat tail rather than a club and a longer neck than other ankylosaurs. A plant eater, it is known from a partial skeleton found in a cow pasture in Kansas. Random, okay. And there we go. More dinosaurs coming up on my left. See what these are called here. Ooh, air conditioning. Let me go in there. This is the Peleconomemus. This early Cretaceous theropod had about 220 teeth. Scientists disagree about whether it ate meat, plants, or both. Some well-preserved skin impressions suggest a pouch on the throat, and muscle impressions were mistaken for hair or feathers. The dinosaur is known from a specimen found in Spain. Very much so. This is the Skeletosaurus. This early armored plant eater is known from widely distributed fossils, including impressions of its skin. Scientists disagree about which family of dinosaurs this fits into. It is only known fossils found in England. So they found this in England fossils. Alright, so this is the trilobites. Prehistoric bottom-dwelling marine creatures related to the modern-day horseshoe crab. So there's the Croctocephalus, the holodrops.
Oh, no, sir. You wait for Daddy.
Drotops, Megalomycus.
You will go to the car if you go out that door.
There are about 1,700 species of trilobites identified worldwide. Trilobites are a diverse group of extinct arthropods. They were one of the first living creatures to develop compound eyes. They first appeared. Scientists have thought that the nose horns have been used as a defensive weapon against predators. More recent theories, noting the presence of blood vessels and skull bones, found it more probable. These features were primarily used in identification. Alright, so we are inside the Lakeland Antique Mall, and they have switched stuff around a little bit. They have the Mickey popcorn buckets. They have a coffin. Stuff for Halloween ready, and a skeleton corpse inside of a casket. This 50-inch coffin was used as a stage prop for a touring spook show. Don't be frightened, it never contained a corpse. He's really not in the mood to be disturbed. That's funny. That's a coffin. He's sleeping. Oh look, they got some Disneyland pennants. Cypress Gardens, which is Legoland now.
That's an old safety
Kennedy
can
Space.
down there. Yeah.
Here they got some Jesus artifacts. They got a Jesus plate, hanging plate for $10. What they got? Here, stained glass. I can't see it, but it's like a 3D image of the Last Supper with Jesus and his disciples. You got the Jesus painting. Oh, you got the Last Supper. Just got little crosses. Yeah, necklace. Or medallion. $2. I didn't need another. I'm gonna find another cross necklace. Christian artifacts here. But of course, right over here you got Disney. Got Disney on one side. Over here, and you got Jesus on the other side. Interesting. But no, they switch stuff around. I really like this little statue here. This little one right here. Oh, just like a statue. Just up there. Okay. If you're there. There we go. For $17, this little Mickey Mouse movie prop can sit on your nightstand or your dress. 1 minute break. But we'll make our way through and anything else except for these coffee mugs. Old vintage coffee mugs, which are very $9 for this. Not bad, and I like it too. Celebrating Disney parks with the Fab Five. You get the Fab Five on there. No, it's the same one. It's a different top. Move on through here. We have more little figurines, dolls, miscellaneous items, McDonald's Happy Meal toys. When McDonald's and Disney came to an agreement and they sold toys. And here you got old Disney wallpaper, Mickey Mouse wallpaper here. Very got some Sesame Street stuff up here. 2015 Mickey Mouse doll. There. But of course I do like the phone. It's only $100. Wow. That's impressive. I thought it'd be more than that. But said dolls. Mickey Mouse extra jumbo plush for $70. I gotta set my closet. The Christmas Mickey for $500. Where are you, Mickey? There we go. Got Cinderella's castle over there. And let's continue on to the next section. Of course, these were some of them that were in the parks. There we go. You can see we're in the Halloween section of the Antique Mall. And some of these were actually used inside the park. Like this lovely old lady right here. The witch used at Universal one time. And a lot of these were for HHN. Halloween. And good afternoon, everybody. Sped Ventures here, live from a little town in Florida called Mulburry, Florida. This is a quiet little town just in between Tampa and Orlando, just off of Route 596. Head down 596 south, you'll run right into Mulburry, Florida. It is about a 30-minute drive from my house, actually. We're not that far away from my house. And to get on 674 in Wamama and head east. So, but I wanted to come out and show you guys just the city of Mulburry. Quiet little town. I don't know about the history. I don't know if the library is open, but here we can see we're crossing the tracks. Train tracks. I don't know if trains actually run here or not. And so I am still unsure about that. But like I said, it's a quiet little town in between Tampa and Orlando. Not too far out of the way of Lakeland, but we're just walking through Mulburry to stop and see what there is here on this roadside attraction before we head on over to my stepsister's house for our Labor Day dinner, where they're having hamburgers and hot dogs off the grill. This is amazing because my stepsister's husband's an amazing cook at that. Knows how to barbecue. So we cross the tracks again. Railroad crossing. But you can see my car. I parked it all the way over there in front of the thrift store because I didn't know where else to park. But anyway, let's go ahead and just tour it and see if there's anything interesting here in the city of Mulburry. Not knowing that I still had some good wheels, they would outrun the truck. So I'm waiting on the turn signal to change so we can go over to City Hall. They got some murals on the side of the wall there. Maybe tell some history about the city of Mulburry. And before I end up having a heat stroke. And welcome to the city of Mulburry. We have a monument. It's like a memorial. Ooh! A memorial to the phosphate area war dead. Can't even see the... Here we are, city of Mulburry. Library. Where is the library? Yeah. Hey, got some donuts over there. What is that open? Mulburry City Hall. And the bathroom. Oh, there he is. Murals here to talk about the history of Mulburry. Oh, wait a minute. Not much. It is a federal holiday, so I'm wondering if any of these stores are open. Because it's Labor Day, it's a federal holiday. But take a step back here. You can see got an old antique car driven by some men carrying, it looks like a wire, I guess this is wire wheel, and a barrel, some barrel of rice carrying over to the Mulburry Mulburry Fire Department. Oh, that's the fire department. Mulburry Fire Department. So that would be the hose. And I don't know what that brown thing is, but it's there. Of course, over here, got a lot of these houses. This mural behind me, right here. There we go. A lot of these houses here in Mulberry back in the early 1800s, a lot of these houses were sat right by the railroad tracks. Of course, the steam trains, that had a lot of noise and a lot of steam, and it would shake the houses, and some houses are today sit beside some active tracks, and trains still run on those tracks. However, I do not believe that these tracks here in Mulberry are active, and so I just have to pretend that sitting in your house, eating dinner, hearing the whistle of a train approaching, and your table begins to shake, cups of tea begin to splash around in your cup as the train barrels through Mulberry, the old town of Mulberry, delivering some freight cars and some food goods supplies for men that are working. However, that begins to shake in the town of Mulberry. Pebble Phosphate Exhibit. Visitors are welcome. Where is this? I guess it used to be, but it's the city of Mulberry, like we are now. Not long after that, trains begin to along the side of the sheriff's department. However, I have found a small gem in Mulberry. Like I said, you experience in small towns, you're likely to find a diamond in the rough. So I wonder if it's... Let's go. Mulberry Phosphate Museum. It is still here. What is today? It is not. It is Monday. It is closed. Good. Because they have a real live train over here. I wonder if we can... Well, I still observe the outside anytime. And like I said, we found a time capsule. Oh, so this is the old Mosaic diesel electric engine. Tracks. This old electric engine. This is a switch. Switches and pushes and pulls the different rail cars in the switch yard at the train yard to go onto the different tracks for the different trains, and then once they're all hooked up, they set off onto the country, all over the country, literally all over the country, because back then this is what they used for switching, and a lot of these little towns had these type of engines, so they can pull them to the side and switch them, pull and push them onto the different tracks. Pretty cool. Alright, so back at the railroad tracks now, and for the first time ever, as you can see, sorry it's a little loud, the cars coming in and out of traffic. There we go. So you can see here a four-way switch. It's kind of like a four-way stop, but for trains. This is the first time I've ever seen a four-way stop, or a four-way track switch actually standing right beside the tracks. But I don't know. I don't think these tracks are active. I'm not sure. They look like they're fresh, honestly. They look fresh. Some of these rail ties just, wow. Like the videos. Don't forget to subscribe to Spin Ventures. Leave a comment down below if you've been to Mulburry or have been to the Antique Mall or traveled back 2,000 years to whenever you roamed with the dinosaurs. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys all on the next Spin Venture.